Hi everyone, this is Jen with Brit Mums. We're here on a hangout today with Scoop Films talking about their cool indie new film, The Beat Beneath My Feet. With us we have Fiona Gillies. She is an actor and producer with a long history of TV, stage, and screen appearances, including appearing in the West End with Jeff Goldblum. We have Michael Muller. He is a writer, producer, and actor. You may have seen him recently alongside David Beckham in summer's Sky Sports ads. And Fiona and Michael are two-thirds of Scoop Films, who made City Slacker previously, starring Tom Conti. That plays regularly on Sky On Demand. I recommend. It's quite funny. And our third participant is Nick Galitzine. He is the young star of Beat Beneath My Feet, which is the film we're talking about today. Also appearing in the film is the Hollywood heartthrob Luke Perry from Beverly Hills 90210. Nick is a talented young actor, singer, and guitarist, and The Beat Beneath My Feet, it is his first film role. So welcome, everyone. Thanks for coming today.
Hi, Jen. Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having
us. Fiona and Michael, let's start off with y'all. Tell us about the film, the general story, and what it's all about.
Shall I take this one?
Yep.
So, yeah, The Beat Beneath My Feet is a coming-of-age drama. There's a teenage boy who's obsessed with music, and his single mum does not like music, so he plays guitar in secret. And then into the flat below moves this bearded stranger who starts playing rock music at full blast at all hours of the night and day. Single mum is not best pleased. Teenage boy is absolutely delighted, and he starts kind of spying on this bearded stranger downstairs and recognizes him as being, in fact, a disgraced rock god who has supposed to have died 8 years previously, owing a fortune and unpaid tax. So he's clearly faked his death. And our teenage boy recognizes him, approaches him, and says, "If you don't teach me the dark arts of rock guitar, I will expose you to the world as still being alive." So that is the premise of the film.
Yes, and I saw this at the Rain Dance Festival in London, so it's already gotten a lot of interest. Fabulous movie, really pacey, really brings you along with the story. Nick, what was it like to work with Luke Perry in this, your first film? What did you learn from him in the experience?
Well, I mean, Luke's been in the industry for so long already, and he knew. I mean, it was such. I thought it was such a great relationship coming from me not having any experience and him having a lot of experience in the way that even on the first day on set, the learning curve was incredibly steep. I mean, I didn't know what a mark was. I didn't really know what an eyeline was as well, and he really kind of nurtured me through the whole process, which was really good considering how nervous I was about the whole experience.
Michael, as a father of two teenage boys, this is a story. Luke is a big part of it, but really it's a story about the boy, relationship with his mother, his story. You have two teenage boys, so tell us about that process of, writing that coming-of-age story about teen boys with teen boys kind of in the house. And I should just say, for background, for those who don't know, Fiona and Michael are married, so the teen boys they know are the same teen boys.
Yes, it's our best production is raising this family of boys. Yeah, I have a 14-year-old boy and a 17-year-old. My 17-year-old Louis is really into music, and I mean, a little bit of backstory. When I was a teenager, I wanted to be a rock star. I think a lot of teenagers do. And that dream kind of fell by the wayside, but it must have been bubbling along subliminally. And I wanted to write a story that had music at the heart of it. And so this kind of aspirational thing of a teenage boy who wants to be a rock star meeting a guy who is a rock star and has kind of screwed up his life. So someone on the threshold of life, someone who feels they've screwed up with life, coming together and music being the catalyst for that. And Louis, my son, being right in the middle of that you know, everything's kind of new, everything's exciting. He's growing up, and he's got this music is like the pulse, his emotional pulse through life, and that was the inspiration for the film. And you know, it's not all easygoing. Teenage
Well,
kids are teenage kids can be tricky, you know. So and
and
there's
it's not all sweetness and light in the film. There are some tough issues it deals with.
there are some tough issues, you know, bullying, teenage depression, self-harming. These are not things that I have to say, you know, that I deal with at home. You know, it is a work of fiction, okay? So, but yeah, you know, growing up is tough, and I think everybody can relate to that in different ways. And the way that the growing up being tough has played out in our film, The Beat Beneath My Feet, is, you know, is very specific to that character. But yeah, you know, we didn't want to shy away from that. We didn't want to make a kind of, hey, look at that, you pick up a guitar and everyone gets famous and, you know, happy end. It's, you know, it's a tough, interesting, funny, poignant journey. And people who've seen the film says it makes them laugh, it makes them cry. As a writer, hey, I'm happy, because that's what you're going for, you know, real emotion. And I think it is a very emotional film. And I know Nick was fantastic in it. You know, we were looking for, you know, you have a little shopping list when you're casting, and so for this character we need someone who's a fantastic actor, who's believable as a teenage boy, who can play the guitar and who can sing. And everyone said, "Oh, you're making a film and you're hanging all this. This is going to be a, you know, does this person exist? We don't know. Let's find him." And we did. You know, we saw a lot of people, and Nick came in and he sang a Radiohead song called Creep. I don't know if you know it, but that seemed to be the spirit of, you know, what we were looking for in this character. I'm a creep, I'm a loser. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. Are the lyrics to this song. It's a wonderful song, by the way. Go out and get it. But Nick came in and he played the guitar and he sang this song. And he made it all his own. It wasn't like a cover version. And I thought, wow, this person understands. You know, the only problem was he's kind of he's very good looking, and we needed we needed the audience to believe that this is like a teenage boy with no friends, and we did, and we did say, but actually, Nick, I have to say that your sister, who came to see the film, said, you know, when Nick was 13, he was a bit like that. But that's fantastic, because you've got, you know, you have to have that inside you to understand that, and you've got that as an actor.
Yeah, I think you know, school isn't easy for everyone. I think everyone has a hard time at school at one point or another, and I mean, maybe that's a bit harsh from my sister, actually. Yeah, no, I think it's easy to feel sort of quite lost in your early school years, you know, especially if you went to an all-boys school like I did, where there is certainly a hierarchy.
Where were you in the pecking order, Nick?
Oof. Well, in my year, I wasn't so bad, but I mean, if you compare it to the older years, yeah, you're right down the bottom. You just got to work your way to the top.
So, Nick, we'll hear a bit more from you in a bit, but Fiona, I wanted to ask you, so you're producer on The Beat Beneath My Feet. City Slacker, available right now via Sky On Demand, is about a high-powered working woman who wants to have a baby. So that's a story about one kind of family, aspiring family. There's another kind of family. What's it like to work in a creative industry, the film industry, and also, well, acting, producing in general, as a working mother?
Well, I think sometimes it's very, very good, and sometimes it's a little bit hairy. I would say, so long as you've got a good support network around you, then you can make things work. I'm fortunate in that I have a lot of friends who are in the industry or in similar industries, who have kids, and especially when my kids were younger, we all covered each other. If you're working, you need somebody to step in and help. You make sure that you pick up their kids, they make sure that they pick up your kids. And, you know, you've just got to find those people around you, really. So I would say that I'm pretty fortunate, I think. I've got a good network.
Do you think that, of course, when kids are younger, you're looking at things more like childcare, that kind of issue. As your kids get older, do you think that, you know, the teenage years present their own issues? Are you just trading one set of things to coordinate and handle during younger years for a different set of things to coordinate and handle as a mother who's also working when they're older?
Absolutely, and also it's that thing of you are learning all the time. I mean, I've never parented teenage boys before. This is my first time, obviously, you know. So it's that kind of, we're all learning, and I think that the key is probably to be pretty frank with your kids about what you're doing, and so that they understand exactly what's involved and where you are or why you're having to go here or there, or, you know. And when they're very small, it's quite easy. They're very portable. You can pick them up and take them. You know, when our eldest son was quite young, he used to come with me a lot. This schooling starts, and then that's very different after that. But I think it's, you know, it's about communication. Nothing is hard and fast. Certainly in our lives, they know that busy times are when we're shooting a film, pre-production, post-production, and then it calms down for a little bit, and then it builds up to pre-production, filming, post-production again. So, you know, it's kind of, everybody's got to be flexible, I think.
Yes, that's good for families and for films, isn't it? So, Nick, there's a lot of music in the film that you perform. Is that where your main interest lies when you're not acting opposite big Hollywood stars?
Yeah, I mean, my two kind of my two kind of things really, yeah. Escape, they're kind of my escapism really. Is kind of yeah, my music and obviously acting. I started acting about a year ago now, and I started music just a year before that, basically. And yeah, it's just really nice to have kind of another creative outlet. I mean, I write my own music, and you know, I gig on occasion. I'm planning on doing a lot more gigs now, and even working with Jeff Jackson, who actually is the composer, one of the composers on the beat. He's a really super talented guy. We might do a few gigs together as well. So yeah.
So that's definitely still in the picture. Since Beat, you starred in another film, High Strung, which is out around next summer. You've modeled, you've appeared on stage. You seem to be on your way to becoming a heartthrob. How do you feel about that?
Uncomfortable. I don't think I could ever see myself as a heartthrob. I don't know. I mean, first and foremost, you know, I'm an actor, I'm an artist, and I love making great films like this and creating music and stuff like that. And you know, if something like that is a byproduct of that, you know, it's not. I'm not gonna reject something like that. I mean, my girlfriend won't be too happy about it, but yeah, I think a lot of the time it just kind of comes with the territory. But like I said, first and foremost, I'm kind of just in this whole industry to kind of create things and be a part of brilliant projects like The Beat, which, you know, has a plethora of talent on it. I mean, it's such an honor to be able to work with, you know, Luke Perry and Lisa Dillon, Verity Pinter, who's the first film as well. Yeah, basically how I answered your question.
Excellent. Well, that's all we have time for today. I want to thank y'all for coming along. The Beat Beneath My Feet is screening this month, November, at Clapham Picture House on the 16th and the 23rd. We'll be sharing a link on this video on YouTube if you want to go buy tickets. I think there's still some left. Also, 30th of December, it's appearing at the David Lean Cinema in Croydon, London, and that link will be available soon. There's also, you guys are crowdfunding to be able to run a full promotional campaign. So the film can be seen kind of worldwide. So folks can find more about that at a link we'll share. And finally, your Beat Beneath My Feet is able to be followed and Scoop Films via social media. Also, Nicholas, you're on social media as well. Yeah, so any kind of final thoughts about making the film, what it was like, the process? Is everybody just on to their next project, or are you still feeling like you're still in the midst of Beat?
We're still in the midst of Beat.
Completely. We're still up to our eyeballs in it. And it's the kind of gift that keeps on giving. I have to say, it's been a hugely enjoyable experience. I speak as a producer, being surrounded by a lot of young talent. It's been fantastic, and we think we've created something that's really interesting and it's really good. It's got a very British feel with a kind of an American quirk. So I do hope that that everybody will get an opportunity to see it. We want to get it out there. We want to share it with the wider world. So thank you very much, Brit Mums, for having us today, and I hope that anybody that's watching kind of comes online, has a look at it, and then shares it.
Indeed, indeed. We'll be sharing the trailer after this hangout. So see y'all next time. Thanks so much. Subscribe to us on BritMums TV on YouTube, and see you next time.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.